Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another movie review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Alien Romulus movie. Before I start this review, remember to make sure to join me down below, down in the comments, what you think of the movie. What was your best part of the movie in your opinion? What was your least favorite part of the movie? Let me know down in the comments. Share your opinions. Without further ado, here's my review of Alien Romulus. And to basically make things short, I think this might be the best Alien movie since the first two Alien movies. I think this was literally the best of both those movies combined into one big package. It had the action of aliens, it had the horror of the first Ridley Scott Alien film. To me, it just blended it so well. I'm gonna start off with stuff I liked about the movie. The main thing I loved about the movie, on top of it being just like a mix of everything that's great about aliens and everything that's great about Alien, the first Alien, this film had so much awesome xenomorph carnage. I mean, the big issue, I think, even with like the first Alien, even though it's like a masterpiece, and even with, you know, aliens, there's not a lot of xenomorph like action. Like you obviously they're there, and there's, you know, there's obviously xenomorph action, but you just don't see like xenomorphs enough like in those movies. But in this movie, you see them so much, and it never gets old. The horror is all there from the xenomorphs. There's some great, the way this movie uses the facehuggers is so cool. It's so different than even what Ridley Scott did, you know, almost 50 years ago. It's just this movie was awesome in my opinion. There was one great scene with the facehuggers where three of the characters were going through a hall, and I don't think and I don't know if like the other Alien movies have kind of done this with the facehuggers, but apparently a facehugger is not able to kind of it only sees people if like your body temperature is like very I think if your body temperature, I don't know if it's like if your body temperature is too high or too low, but apparently that makes it so like the facehugger doesn't see you. Just the way they use facehuggers, man, it was so creative. Fede Alvarez did such a great job with this movie. And obviously I do have some issues, which I'll get to in a little bit. But this was everything I would want from a modern day Alien film. This is such a return to form for the franchise. They had so much badass moments, but there are some things I was kind of mixed on. So let's get to the things I was kind of mixed and kind of things I didn't like about the movie. And the main thing that really kind of like I was really mixed on, and mostly I just didn't like, was they kind of used it's kind of weird way to describe this, but they used there's a scene in this, I don't think there's spoilers, but there's a scene in this movie where they kind of find this like beaten up android, and the android is basically looks identical to the actor that plays Ash in the original Alien. And just like I mean, obviously, you know, the actor that played Ash is like really old now, so he wouldn't be able to like play like identical. He wouldn't be able to play an identical version of like that character anymore because of his age. But like they tried to kind of like deep fake his face into the android, and it just didn't look good at all. I mean, you know, some people would probably say like, oh, it's kind of not really a big deal, but if you have this like almost $1 million film and you have all these special effects, there's no reason or excuse why they're not able to basically make his face look better. Like his face literally looked like a freaking cartoon on a body. It just didn't look good at all. So there, to me, it's just no excuse to how bad like the deepfake on the android's body is. There's no excuse, especially with the movie has so much awesome special effects. There's no reason why they couldn't just fix this while working. There's no reason why they could have just like fixed it in post. Probably they could have just fixed it in post. So that to me was a big issue. The second issue I kind of had with this movie was kind of like the writing and the dialogue. To me, it just had like a little too much like cliche like lines you would hear in like other horror movies. I just feel a little too overused. Like I swear to you, there was a scene where a character went like, "Man, this place gives me the creeps." And whenever I hear that in a horror movie, I just cringe because it's so cringy. It's a line that feels like out of a cartoon or something, so it just didn't make sense. Another issue, which is like, it did. I mean, I wouldn't say it's an issue. It's more like a mixed kind of issue. Is that the movie kind of has this weird pacing issue. In the beginning of the first act, mainly, the movie kind of like feels kind of slow, where we kind of just see the characters kind of going through a spaceship and like exploring it. But some of the parts in there I feel like it was just too much. It didn't really like leave room to give like the third act more, I guess, breathing room. So the third act kind of felt like very rushed in a way. And it felt like the third act, because they spent so long exploring the space station in the first act, they had to kind of like add a lot, maybe too much to the third act and the end of the second act. So I feel like they kind of just added too much in there, whereas they could have like just spread it out. Took a little, maybe they could have like cut a few of the scenes in the first act a little bit to kind of make room for like the third act, or to kind of like make room for like some of the scenes in the first act and kind of put it in the second act more so. But overall, I think this movie, like you don't go to an alien movie to see like characters or the plot. You go for the alien, like the horror and like the action. And this movie just had no shortage of that. So many like epic set pieces. It's just the way they kind of did like the best of both worlds, the best of Aliens and the best of the first Alien. To me, it was so cool. The third act, like I said, it was kind of like too packed, but to me, it was still so awesome. It just like, it kind of like, the third act will shock you, but it was still such a great time. It's so much horror fun. So I really loved it. I would probably give it, I want to give it a 9 out of 10. That's what I'm leaning to. I'll probably more so give it to maybe, I don't want to give it an 8 out of 10. I also don't want to give it a 9 out of 10 because it did have some issues. I'd probably give it, screw it, I'll be nice. I'll give it 9 out of 10. This movie I really enjoyed it. Even though the Alien franchise hasn't like hit since like the freaking 80s, this is a franchise that I still want to see succeed. Since it's a franchise I still have like, I guess, like a desire to see succeed. So I was very pleased with this movie, and I really hope they kind of keep this potential going, to keep this streak going. Because I really dug this movie. Fede Alvarez did a great job. Really looking forward to seeing more Alien films. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought. What do you guys thought about the movie down below? I can't barely speak. But let me know what you guys thought about the movie down below. Let me know what was your favorite character, favorite scene. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.